Our mission here at the Humphrey School is to inspire, educate, and support leaders who will pursue the common good in a diverse world. And I think what we're doing here today is exactly consonant with that mission, because we're here to recognize innovative leaders who are trying to support the common good in our world, which is increasingly diverse. And I think the work that you're doing, which is to pursue innovations that will help you serve your publics better, is exactly what we need to affirm and celebrate. So today's an important day for me. So overall, what I want to do is commend you for your work. I want to thank you for being here. I want to say that it's our honor to host you. I think your work is too often too little recognized, and I think it's important that the University of Minnesota and the Humphrey School, as a public institution, as a land-grant institution, and one that's dedicated to service, that we participate in events like this. So thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoy the presentations.
And we're going to hear from Terry Toltzman with the Anoka County Emergency Management Paid On-Call Program.
Thank you. Honored to be here. My name is Terry Stoltzman. I'm the Emergency Management Director for Anoka County. I want to first thank our entire county board. Without them and their leadership, including Chair Rhonda Sivaraja, who's here today with some of their other board members, allowing us to be creative at Anoka County. This wouldn't have been possible. She recommended that we forward this program on for this Innovation Award. In addition, our county administration, Division Manager Steve Novak, and a great professional paid staff and volunteer staff for your continued support. A little bit about our department. We were kind of a function of county government, but we weren't really a department. In 2006, I started as the first full-time emergency manager for the county. You can imagine after 9/11, all the counties and the cities were very busy dealing with a lot of variety of issues surrounding Homeland Security and other functions of that government. We very much are dictated by a lot of mandates from the state and federal government. Chapter 12, as you see up there, is just one of many examples that we use at the county to illustrate the nature of our work. It's not always funded. Sometimes the county has to kick in funding. We receive funding from the federal government through various grant programs to be able to do what we do every day. But we rely on a lot of different talent from a lot of different people working with our neighbors in both the private and public organizations, the counties around us, the cities around us. It's about building capability and our capacity to respond. A little bit about what we do. We're the ones that work, if you think of FEMA, that's kind of the federal arm, also the Department of Homeland Security. We're kind of the county level of that, except we do it better. We work with all of our partners at the local, meaning the county itself, the cities, the township. We have 21 communities in Anoka County, plus all the county departments themselves. Mitigation or prevention, preparedness activities such as doing trainings and exercise, working on planning, actual response, working with those police and fire chiefs out at the scenes of these large incidents. You look at the flooding that we just had around us, including our own county with minor flooding, but I've spent plenty of time up in Clay County and Moorhead in 2009, down and helping out Houston County and Caledonia in 2007, the bridge collapse in 2007. Because we are funded partially federally, we kind of work together. We have to look at things different. But the way we look at it in emergency management, we always think with this full-time equivalent or full-time people doing this job. And there's a lot of talent that is around us that, especially since 9/11, schools like this and other schools that churn out a bunch of students that there's no jobs for. How do we tap that, and how do we keep that institutional knowledge from all those retired people that just leave this public service? How do we retain that knowledge? So that's kind of what I got to think about. We had a visit from the state and federal auditor about 2 months ago and the state auditor about a month ago. But the federal auditor goes, how did you come up with this program? I've been to hundreds of places throughout the country, and I've never seen anything like it. This matches the funding. We're doing the right thing. But how did you come up with this? And I told him, it's as simple as this. Sometimes you have to think outside the box. But sometimes you need a new box, or recycle an old one. To that fact, I was a firefighter, and as we've seen with Cloquet, they have paid-on-call firefighters. So I went back to my training, went back to what I know from that training. I was a paid-on-call firefighter. The pager went off, I went in for a call. If there was a work detail, we went in and worked the work detail. And it got me thinking, think outside that full-time box. We still need full-time people to do those day-to-day activities, but when we have a surge, we have an emergency, we need to get those people in, or if there's a grant opportunity and we have to do a special program, people like Ryan Kelterberg, who's in the audience today, have talents from all the different disciplines, from law enforcement to fire, EMS, public administration, public works, public health, and the list grows. Tapping those individuals is key to this program because they each bring something unique to that organization. As a paid-on-call firefighter, I also worked at the police department. I was really the only public safety person at the fire department who was true public safety. The chief was a gas station owner. We had plumbers, electricians. We had a lot of talent, but in various types. And that's kind of what this program is about, bringing that talent in to work on these solutions and fix some of the issues that we have in our own county. It's also about sustainment. It's about not having that extra FTE. At one point, when we added an FTE for managing our grants, we said, do we need another full-time employee? I said, let me try something different. Let me start with this paid-on-call program, and the county board and the administration felt that was a pretty good decision to look at. We've been using it for quite some time now. It's been fabulous. It saved taxpayers a lot of money. It's been more efficient for our grants. It's been good stewards of our funding that we've looked at, and given us an opportunity to help others to support the common good. Just a little bit of a plug. Tomorrow is Tornado Drill Day. So when you're at work and you hear the outdoor warning sirens, they're not meant to be heard inside. So if you're out and about at 1:45, that's what that's about. Take a moment about where do you need to go, how do you make sure that you're safe, is your family safe or your coworkers safe? And when it happens at 6:55, when you're at home, just after dinner or out and about in the town, think about where you're at and how you would get to safety. Thank you to the Humphrey School of Public Affairs for this opportunity, and thank you for the award.
Okay, the next one is the Cindy Caesar from Anoka County Human Services, talking about upfront services to keep families together.
Again, my name is Cindy Caesar, and I'm the manager of Child and Family Services in Anoka County. And on behalf of the Child and Family Services area, I want to thank the selection committee and also the University of Minnesota, Hubert Humphrey Institute, and everyone that voted for our selection. I also want to thank the staff in child welfare and foster care for their hard work and dedication in the services that they provide. And Bill Pinsino, who's in the audience, and Jerry Soma for your ongoing support. I really appreciate it. I know our staff do. And also Commissioner Rhonda Severaja for her support and the value she places on developing programs that are innovative. And also the county board. They've been very supportive to us ongoing on this project, and I really want to thank them. A few years ago, we did an in-depth analysis of child welfare system in Anoka County, which included staff reviewing current national and international best practices and researches in child welfare field. When we completed our in-depth analysis of our system, we discovered that we had a high number of children out of home placements, and in early 2000, our community experienced a surge of methamphetamine use in which 50% of our child protection cases were opened because parents were using meth. As a result, we had a high number of parents that their rights were being also terminated. Last, child protection workers' caseloads were high, and also there was high turnover rate in child protection workers leaving the agency. We knew something needed to be done to change our service delivery and our culture. Upfront services to keep families together was developed as a response to the challenges that we were facing in Anoka County in our child welfare area. In 2009, we made a request to the county board to move $350,000 to fund intensive training and prevention services in child welfare. These are just a few of the new services initiatives we developed that you can see on the screen. The common thread that runs through all of them is a move from a court-centered, no-risk model of addressing child protection services to a safety model that places more emphasis on parent responsibility, strength-based partnerships, and keeping families together. We are working with families more voluntarily than under court order, engaging relatives sooner in the process, and reaching out to communities for support. We've also seen some amazing, exciting, promising results within a very short period of time after we started the initiative. We had a dramatic drop in children in foster care, as you can see. In 2007, we had 654 children in foster care. This number dropped to 465 in 2010, which is less, about 189 children less in care. And also, one area that I think we were concerned about when we started this initiative was repeat maltreatment. You know, if we would see that coming back in, families coming back in for maltreatment. And in 2009, 99.1% of children were free of repeat maltreatment. And last, we saw a huge reduction out-of-home placement costs. Within 2 years of the initiative, we saved over $1 million. We have developed quality services that is also fiscally responsible. And last, social workers feel good about their work with families, and our environment at work is positive. And I think, you know, 10 to 20 years from now, when we look back at what we have done in child welfare in Anoka County, I know that we will be able to say that this initiative has significantly impacted future generations to come. So thank you very much for this tremendous honor, and thank you very much.